Hi, welcome to my channel, To and Fro. Today I'm going to do an Oracle-led twin flame reading. I'm going to pull 3 cards from my True Emotional Oracle deck, and then I'm going to clarify those cards with tarot, and then we'll close out the reading from there. All right, let's get started. Spirit, what messages do you have for the Twin Flame Collective? What messages do you have today for the Twin Flame Collective? Okay. All right. Spirit, what messages do you have today for the Twin Flame Collective? 3 cards, please. Okay, we have ashamed, guilt, embarrassed, in the wrong. 2 more cards, please. Messages you have for the Twin Flame Collective. 2 more cards, please, Spirit. We have love spell. Okay. 1 more card, please. Messages for the Twin Flame Collective. Alrighty, we have Jackass. All right. And at the bottom of the deck, we have losing sleep, worried, replaying events, thinking about you. All right. Yeah, I'm getting that the Divine Masculine is feeling ashamed, feeling guilt, feeling regretful. They feel like they were under a love spell, and they're really beating themselves up about a decision they made. Probably a decision they made over you, Divine Feminine. And now they are losing sleep, replaying events, worried. They're probably worried because maybe they want to come back. They want to reconcile with you, Divine Feminine. And they're worried that they may have lost out on that opportunity. But all right, let's clarify and see. Clarify ashamed, please, Spirit. Clarify ashamed. Two cards, please. Clarify ashamed, please. You have Page of Wands. One more for ashamed. We have Magician. We have Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck, reverse. Love spell, please. Please clarify love spell, Spirit. We have Page of Swords. One more for love spell. One more, please, for love spell, Spirit. We have 8 of Wands. Two cards for Jackass. Please clarify. Okay, we have 5 of Pentacles. One more. One more, please. Oh, we have 2 more. 9 of Pentacles and the Sun. All right, and we're gonna clarify card at the bottom of the deck, losing sleep. Losing sleep. Oh, 4 of Pentacles. One more. Oh, we have the Moon. And at the bottom of the deck, 9 of Swords. Okay. All right, so let's discuss ashamed, which says guilt, embarrassed, in the wrong. And that is being clarified by Page of Wands and Magician. So what I get from this is immediately what I'm hearing in my head is that this divine masculine played games. I'm even hearing play stupid games, win stupid prizes. But they were in this Page of Wands energy, so I get that they were very immature. And with the Magician, I'm getting this sort of elusive energy, a trickster energy. So they're now feeling very regretful because they decided to play games with you, and now it's like I even feel like you're the Magician. It's like now you're gone. You know, it's like a disappearing act. And now they wish that they hadn't played games with you. They wish they hadn't played with you. They're feeling very guilty, embarrassed, and in the wrong. They're feeling very ashamed. And I feel that that's because you caught on to what they were about. They try to play tricks with you, and now they're like dealing with the consequences of that. Because Page of Wands, I was also getting a Page of Wands could be like, you know, also kind of being a tad bit intuitive. So I feel like you had an inkling of an idea of what they were about, and you just I'm also getting like, and you just probably like disappeared on them, but I'm also getting like you know what I'm hearing also? Like you beat them at their own game. And they probably even saw you as like this Page of Wands, like like, oh, you know, you wouldn't, you know, they probably thought that you were young, that you were, you know, not very wise. So I'm getting this energy like they underestimated you. And you ended up beating them at their own game, and now they're feeling very ashamed. They're feeling exposed. They're feeling embarrassed. Okay, for love spell, that's being clarified by Page of Swords and Eight of Wands. Immediately when I see love spell, I'm getting that this divine masculine, for some reason, feel like they're under a love spell. They're probably feeling like you put a love spell on them, because maybe this is the divine masculine's energy. They're wanting to come forward. They want to communicate with you. They want to come towards you. They want to pursue you. And they're just like, you know, they're probably like, what in the world? Like, why am I so like intense on this? Like, why do I want to speak to the divine feminine so badly? And it may very well be because they see that I'm getting with this Page of Swords that they feel that you, like, you're smart, and you stimulated this divine masculine mentally. So now you've piqued their interests, and they wanna talk to you. They wanna communicate with you. And they probably are like, maybe the feelings that they have for you, you know, this interest, the passion, you know, or the interest that they have for you, it's so intense that it feels like a love spell. And maybe nobody has ever made them feel this way. Nobody has ever like stimulated their mind like this. You know, the fact that you were so smart and wise enough to beat them at their own game, that has them in awe of you. And so for now, for Jackass, that is being clarified by the Five of Pentacles. So yeah, divine feminine, you have this divine masculine out in the cold, and you got them feeling, I'm just gonna say, feeling like a clown. They feel really silly now. This is also being clarified by Nine of Pentacles and the Sun. Yeah, I just feel like they feel really stupid because they see your light. They like you a lot because they see how independent you are, and how how smart you are, and how you don't take no BS. And now, you know, as we see with the ashamed card, they really wish that they hadn't tried it with you. So they're really feeling very regretful about trying to play with you. We have here, it's interesting. I feel like these are very similar energies, but we have at the bottom of the deck, losing sleep. And then at the bottom of the tarot deck, we have 9 of Swords. And I'm kind of getting like a very similar energy between these two cards, right? Because they're both in bed. And I feel like that's exactly what this is for the Divine Masculine. They made their bed, now they have to lay in it, right? That's how I feel whenever I see the 9 of Swords. So now they're, like I said, they're feeling regretful, they're worried. They want to come back from this, but they're really upset with themselves, and they're worried that they may have lost out on this opportunity to communicate with you, to get to know you. They may have lost out on this opportunity for good. And that is stressing them the hell out. They're losing sleep. And losing sleep is being clarified by the 4 of Pentacles and the Moon. So 4 of Pentacles for losing sleep. I'm getting like this energy of them like going into hiding. Like they're so ashamed. They're feeling so guilty. They're feeling left out in the cold. They're probably like, what's funny, I was just thinking of the Hermit mode, and I just saw like the Hermit card here, that they're probably like somewhat isolating now. They're even isolating from, you know, the people around them. Like they can't stop thinking about you, right? They feel like these feelings for you are so intense. They feel like it's like a love spell. They're so regretful. This is so like, this is something that they can't stop thinking about. It's the constant, it just loops in their mind, like the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. If they could go, you know, it says replaying events. You know, if they could turn back the hands of time and have a do-over, they would. So, I don't know, I feel like this is, immediately I think of them sort of like, you know, like you see this person, the Hermit mode, and these 2 cards where they're just sitting in their room. Oh my gosh, you know, it's making me think of that, the song by Brandy, Sitting Up in My Room. Sitting up in my room, I must confess I'm a mess over you. So, yeah, that's what they're doing right now. Divine Masculine is just sitting up in their room. And what's it say right there? Thinking about you. Exactly. They are a mess right now. So I feel like this is sort of them like going into hiding, right? Because the Four of Pentacles could mean like, you know, like retreating, keeping to yourself, preserving your energy. It's kind of like being stingy. I think in this instance, it's like being stingy with their energy. And they're in the dark right now with this moon card. I feel like they're even like literally in a dark room. You know, with this Nine of Swords and losing sleep. The Hermit card. They're like in a dark room, just thinking about what they've done, how they've ruined this, and trying to figure out, how can I come back from this? Can I come back from this? So, yeah, that's that. They are really, really upset with themselves. All right, I'm going to close this out with 3 cards. Close this out for me, Spirit. 3 cards, please. Close this out for me, Spirit. 3 cards. Good. Close this out for me, Spirit. 3 cards, please. Ooh, 7 of Swords. Yeah. 2 more, please. Ooh, all right. 2 more cards, please. Messages for the Twin Flame Collective, Spirit. Please close out the reading. 2 cards. Ooh, all right, 1 more, please. Okay. All right, 5 of Swords. Interesting. Oh, we had a we had a bonus card behind that. All right, quite a few swords here, so a lot of air energy. Okay, we have 7 of Swords. So immediately I think of this Divine Masculine self-sabotaged themselves. They sabotage the connection, a divine connection, a beautiful connection that could have been. They really messed up. I'm getting that this, because we have here Knight of Pentacles. This may very well be, yeah, I'm getting it with the 5 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This Divine Masculine, though, is very much in their ego. I mean, that's why they try to play games with you in the first place. They're in their ego, and they're realizing, Divine Feminine, that you're not going to reach out. And that is propelling them to reach, you know, they're realizing like, okay, well, Divine Feminine's not going to chase me. They're not going to contact me first. You know, I messed this up. So, yeah. But there's so much in their ego that they're moving towards you, but very, very, very slowly. So, and this is because they're somewhat in denial. You know, I think this is a situation where, like, with that Nine of Swords and losing sleep, this is a situation, a connection that they messed up, right? But they don't want to, like, admit this. This is not something that they're, like, sharing with someone. They're probably, like, you know, keeping this to themselves. And they're somewhat, like, I don't know, like, blocking this off. They want to let this go. They want to block this off. They're somewhat in denial. You know, they're like, okay, oh well. Like, they just want to, like, move on and forget about this. But I mean, this is a twin flame reading, so they can't. That's why they're feeling like this is a love spell. But they're feeling such an intense pull towards you, Divine Feminine. They want to communicate with you. So they're realizing that they have to, what would I say, like, the ball is in their court. They're realizing that they're going to have to initiate. They're the ones, like, if you guys are going to get back in contact with each other, if you're going to communicate, the only way that that is going to happen is if they come towards you. And they're dragging their feet. They don't want to. They don't want to be the one to give in. So that's what they're in there, like, in this Five of Swords energy, right? It's a win at all costs energy. It's not wanting to throw in the towel. It's not wanting to be the first one to give in. And this is all ego. And they're very much still in their ego. So they're very much, like, dragging their feet, in denial, blocking this off as much as they can. But they feel like they are under a love spell by you, Divine Feminine, because they just feel such an intense pull, an intense, like, interest in you. And we have here the Hanged Man. This was sort of the bonus card that I just happened to find under the Knight of Pentacles. So this is, like, seeing things in a different, you know, from a different perspective. It's also, there's, like, several things coming to mind with this Hangman. I feel like they're realizing that this connection is like no other. So they see this connection from a different perspective. They're realizing that this is a connection where they are going to have to do things differently. They're probably going to have to be the one to initiate, the one to contact you first. Also, this is also, I mean, this is a twin flame connection. So this is them taking a moment, you know, pausing, holding back, and becoming enlightened. They're realizing that this connection, like I said, is different from the others. Any other connection that they've had before. And it's also, like, it's with them becoming enlightened. Like, I see quite a few pages here. That could also be, like, they were in such an immature energy, and they're now realizing, like, they need to grow up, right? Divine Feminine, you made this Divine Masculine realize, like, they need to step up, grow up. So Oh, I also, whenever I see the hangman, it makes me think about, you know, the cocoon, when a caterpillar goes into a cocoon, and I think it's called a chrysalis, and then they, like, you know, whatever happens to the cocoon, they become all this like gooey stuff, and then they come out this beautiful butterfly. So I feel like this hangman represents the divine masculine and the stage of the journey that they currently are in. Like they're in a cocoon right now. You know, they're changing their mind, they're changing, their heart is changing, right? Like their heart chakra is opening. They're becoming this, you know, they're going, I'm hearing boys to men. So I understand, I do acknowledge that not all divine masculines are males, or, you know, they could be females, they could be non-binary. So, but I mean, I'm thinking of like the singing group Boys to Men, and also like that could also like be like a bit of a saying. So yeah, I just feel like this divine masculine is definitely going through a major change. And it's all because of you, divine feminine, like not falling for their tricks, not falling for their games. And even, you know, like I said, even in like beating them at their own game. Okay, so I will close out the reading there. And I want to say thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. All right, bye.